Welcome to this week's Dream Car judging video here at BOTB. We'd now like to hand over to today's lawyer from Onside Law who'll oversee the proceedings.
My name's George Cottle from Onside Law and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditing company as is. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and, using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name's Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee, mentor, tutor and observer.
Good morning, my name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient.
Good morning, my name's Andy Braithwaite and I'm a football referee, mentor and licensed observer.
Hi, my name's Renee Hector and I'm a coach for Watford FC Women's Development and I coach for Tottenham Hotspur Foundation.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional football player, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
My name's Liam Walsh. I'm currently an FA observer and head coach for the Middlesex Referees Academy.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 7 individual selections.
Thank you very much, George. Good morning, everybody. Before I draw some lines in, Liam, I'm going to come to you. There is your light blue cross there, magnified. If you could explain what you're seeing in the photograph, where you think the ball's coming in from, and then how you reached your decision, please.
Yes, thanks. Good morning, Matt. 2 players in shot. I feel that both of them feet are on the ground. Guy in white, I believe, there's distance between him and the guy in green. Therefore, then I feel that that's where he's able to look up. The ball's in his foreground. The ball is coming in left to right for me, and it's a clear open header, or possibly it could be dropping into the guy's chest for the man in green. Speak first of all about the guy in white. Yeah, clear. He's got clear sight line. His eyes are very much central, but I feel that his head's just slightly turned. He's very looking, brows raised. That's going to adding to the evidence that the ball is up in front of him. The guy in green, very, very simple. Head angle, his head tilted back, his brows furrowed, and he's got clear white underneath. We can only see one eye, the right eye, but clear white underneath, which is giving, again, for me, that line coming through from the other side. That's me.
Okay,
that's me
thank
this
you.
morning, Matt.
So, as you've alluded, there's a quite a tight line up from the player in green to Hughes low down, or the lowest, and then up through Andy and Alain's. And then from the player in white, we've got a larger spread coming up through, again, a couple of you. Again, Hugh and Alain, and then a bit further over to the right to see Andy's. So there we have it, sort of narrow line up from the player in green and a wider one from the player in white. So I'm going to come straight over to you, Andy. They're your dark blue cross. You're ever so slightly further over to the right and close to the player in green. How did you see this?
Thanks, Matt. Good morning, all. My particular take on this was I just felt it was just a touch of closer to the guy in green. From the picture, I've judged that he's the attacker. The guy in white is a defender with the goal to our right in the background. I felt that the ball was under his control. So basically, it's either bounced or is dropping in, like almost sort of straight down rather than coming in from left to right at any pace, because I just felt he looked too relaxed for me. The guy in white, I just felt that, again, obviously the ball is in the foreground for him, so he's looking into the pitch. I just felt that it was just a tad closer to the guy in green, and that is basically the reason why I just brought it slightly to the right hand side. But as I said, to me, he looks perfectly relaxed, and so he's under no control, so under no pressure to head the ball, or I just felt it was just dropping to him.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. And then we'll come across. So Renee, I'll come to you next. Yours is the orange cross. You're a little bit more central. How did you reach your decision?
Yeah, to be honest, I went mainly with eye lines on this one. I think that the player in green is the favourite to receive the ball. I think it's dropping into him. Not sure whether he's going to sort of nod it on or bring it down. But I think there actually might be a little bit of more distance than it looks like between the white and the green player, purely because of how relaxed he looks with the ball coming into him. But yeah, my main thing was the player in green, his eye line, as Liam alluded to, sort of white under the eyes, tilted head, furrowed brow. So that got my height, and then I basically went in the centre of the player in white side, and that's how I reached my decision. Yeah, thank you. And I'll come to my own next. I'm just below yours, Renee. Again, I thought the ball was coming in left to right, coming into the player in green. I agree that he seems to be very relaxed. You can see his hand up. So, and looking at the photograph, I do believe the player in white is in the background, but not that far back because they're both in focus. So I just think he's just watching the ball, whether he's going to come up and try and challenge them. But it's been said before, they're both, quite relaxed. And I've just taken an eye line up from the two players. I did look at this guy's eyes in white, and I thought they were ever so slightly further over to the right as we're looking at it. And so I've gone a little bit further over to the right in the picture as we're looking at it, his left, just to because of the head angle, and he's ever so slightly tilted. And this player in green seems to be sort of, his head's craned over a little bit. And I just thought he was looking straight at the ball and did, I think what you did, Renee, which is just cross-reference the eyes. So as we go a little bit further over to the left, we've done Liam's, and next to your Liam is Leo's. You're just a little bit further away from the player in green and on the same line as Liam's. Leo, what did you see?
Yeah, hi. I predominantly went with the eye lines this morning. I think the ball's coming in from left to right. I think the player in white is not going to get to the ball. I judged the cross above him, directly above his forehead. I pretty much went with where his nose is and drew the line upwards. I think the player in green is going to get the ball. I think he's going to flick the ball on. I think his neck is stretched out. Both players are on the ground. I think it's important with the player in green to say that because I don't think he's going to jump. I think he's just going to flick the ball on as it comes, as I said, from left to right. And also with his eye line, we've got a good view. I think he's looking not too steeply, as I said, because I think it's pretty much coming to him.
Yeah, thank you. And on the rough, same lineup from the player in white, but a bit further away is yours, Anna. Yours is the purple cross. There you are, magnified. Where do you agree with that?
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I think, as it's been said, I think the ball is coming from left to right and he's dropping towards the player in green. I would have thought that he would try to control this ball. I think he seems to be quite relaxed and composed. And I think he's going to maybe chest the ball and bring it down, or maybe he's going to come straight to his feet. And I thought the play in white was quite far away. I think, if he was a bit closer, he would be looking a bit steeper. But it looks, I wouldn't say flat, but not very steeply. So, but I think the ball has still a bit of a distance to travel before reaching the green player.
Understand. And on the same line, but a bit lower, is yours, Hugh, the green cross there. What did you see?
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, quite similar to Alan. I think it's come from left to right. I think the green player to me looks very relaxed, so I didn't get the sense he was gonna play it imminently. I think he's in front and is going to bring it down himself. I just felt couldn't see loads of white under the player in green's eyes. I know his head's tilted back slightly, but I think his head is twisted where the ball's coming from the side. So I just haven't gone that steeply. And for me, the player in white is just kind of on looking. He's got two clear eyes, but they could be looking in, pretty much the spread like you've drawn it. So I just felt, given that the distance of the ball for me still had a fair way to come, because neither looks like they're going to play it imminently. That's why I went that far.
Okay, thank you. So we're all in agreement that the green player is favourite to play the ball, whether he's going to chest it, control it, flick header, or maybe it's bouncing up and he's going to play it on. So we have a few little differences of opinion in what could be happening in the scenario. Now, if I place the magnifier as we do over the calculated average, as you see, there's Alain at the top and Andy's totally outside. I pretty much, because of the majority of us are a bit further away, I'm going to remove Andy's. I think it's far enough away from the magnifier, which brings us to this scenario with the calculated average with, again, Alain's not wholly outside. And you see mine then becomes sticking out a little bit. And then we also have a tiny bit of Hughes. So what I want to do is a panel vote to see whether we should also remove Alain's, which brings the calculated average a little bit further down and to the right, which gives us everybody underneath the magnifier here, or whether we just progress on with the calculated average, which goes a bit higher with Alain's included. So I hope that's clear. So Hugh, I'll come to you first. I have removed Andy's as lead judge, and we're looking to see whether we also remove Alain's as I've shown.
Yeah, I would say leave in 2 reasons. One, I think it offsets mine as the lowest and furthest left, and 2, I think it's just on the edge, so it's still a good cluster, and I'm happy with the average.
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, yes, I would leave a lane in. I think the player in green is looking steeply, and I think the average is in a very good position.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. I know I've removed you, but as ever, your opinion is important.
Sure. Regardless of the positions, I would leave it in because the average is pretty good there.
Yeah. Rennie?
Yeah, I would leave it in. I prefer it higher.
Yeah. Liam?
Yeah, I agree with fellow judges this morning. I think it's important to leave Alan in. I think his position is correct. I felt Andy's actual I know you've removed him. I'm not questioning it. I felt Andy's description and everything was very credible as well. But for obvious reasons, you took him out. But I like this. We got this there's this little triangle going on. We got the 2 guys in the middle of it. Yeah, I'm happy with that this morning.
Yeah. And was said, I think a couple of people have said it's the calculated average that's the important part of all this.
Yeah.
So thank you. So George, after myself removing Andy as lead judge, we've had a panel vote to judge at this calculated average with the remaining 6 judges taken into consideration.
Great, thanks, Matt. Please click submit. Thank you, judges. The selected coordinates are 1702879. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company ASITS to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.